Hello! Today we're doing one of the most popular day trips from Hanoi, which is to the province of Ninh Binh. This place is around 2 hours by car from Hanoi, and you can visit it on your own. You can book your own transport if you want, or you can do it like we did and book a tour. This time we decided to book a tour so we have everything arranged for us, because here the places to see, they're a little bit far away from each other, and we're very excited because this time you get to see quite a few different landscapes from what we've been having in Hanoi so far. So let's get to it.
Good morning. We are just on our way to the pickup spot for our today's tour. We are doing a day tour to Ninh Binh. We booked this one with Get Your Guide because we get the whole package in. We are going to do some boat tours, we're going to visit some temples, and we don't need to worry about the transport. So yeah, right now we are on our way to our pickup point where they're going to pick us up with this limo van. Yeah, let's go get to it.
We're now in the first stop of the tour, which is the Bai Dinh Temple, and we're just visiting the first stop, which is this temple right behind me. And this one's a little bit special because it has the largest statue in Vietnam made of bronze of the female Buddha. We just went inside to see it, and honestly, it's just mind-blowing impressive. It has 9.8 meters high, and it has 1,000 hands and 1,000 eyes. Like, it's honestly something to see. The 1,000 eyes symbolizes that she can see everything, and the 1,000 hands symbolizes that she can help more people. Just a few minutes out of the first temple, we made it to the second one, and this one is supposed to be even bigger. Like, the Buddha here is the male Buddha, not the female one from down there, and this one has full 10 meters height, and it's also gold plated, so it's really impressive. I personally thought the first one was more impressive with all the hands. It's still really interesting to see. The temple is considerably larger, and speaking of large, like, the whole complex is actually really big. Our guide said that for us, just today on this visit, we're going to walk around 4 kilometers here just to go up and down on the temples. And when locals come here, he said that they spend the whole day because it's just so big and so many places of worship, and that they can go to visit and etc. Right behind me we have the stupa. We're not going to go on it this time because it's a separate ticket, but this one is 100 meters high, and it's very common to see stupas like this around Vietnam. We actually didn't know them before, but this is the place where they keep the ashes from cremated monks. And yeah, this one is also a viewpoint because it's 100 meters high. As I said, it's a separate ticket. There's an elevator to go up, which seems a little bit of cheating, but we are now gonna go back down on the complex, and now we're gonna make the stop for lunch. So yeah, this one was the first stop so far. Really impressive.
So after the lunch, this was our next stop. This is called Trang An, and as you can see, there's a lot of boats. Like, I was checking out the numbers because the boats are all numbered, and the highest one I saw was 1,500. So assuming they're all numbered from one on, like, there's 1,500 boats going around this little river. And during this tour, you go through a couple of caves and you have this beautiful scenery. The only thing, we did not have much luck with weather, so it was raining a bit, but I could imagine that this, in the sunny weather, it's stunning. Even we enjoyed it even though it was raining, but it must be even better when it's sunny. So the footage that you see on the video, it's not doing it justice. When it comes to the tours, we believe there are a couple of different options of the ticket that you buy. We don't know exactly because we got our tickets through the full day tour, so we were not buying them separately here. Our tour, as I said, lasted for an hour and a half, and we just went around the whole river and returned. But we did see people stopping in the middle because there are a couple of different islands, a couple of different temples along the way, and we did see people stopping and exiting the boats to visit these temples. That's why I'm assuming that there are a couple of different tickets that you could buy here. But even though we did not stop at any of these places, we still thought that it's super worth it because you're still sitting 1.5 hours. You see this beautiful scenery. We passed underneath the 3 caves. So yeah, all in all, 1.5 hours more than enough.
One really cool thing that I actually noticed is that 80% of the people who are rowing here, the workers, they are women actually. It's very little men. Did you notice?
Yeah, that's true actually. It's really curious.
Honestly, they must be so strong because some of the boats have like really heavy people, and you have You can only be like 4 people on the boat because the boats are really tiny, so they can pass on the caves.
Yeah.
But some of them, you can see that it's like very heavy. And honestly, these ladies, props to them.
Yeah, they're doing a good job, but you can help, so do.
Yeah, there's one thing though, the tip is not included. Our guide recommended that we tip, what was it?
$1 to $2 per person.
Yeah, because they actually rely a lot on the tip money. So that's one thing to know. Bring cash for those.
Yeah, definitely. And it's worth it, honestly. Like, they are rowing for you for an hour and a half at least, so yeah, you should tip. As we are traveling around Vietnam, we are marking all of the spots that we visited on our Google Maps. And if you would like to get that map for free, you can check the link in the description and we will send it to you.
All right, we are now on the last attraction of the tour, and we need to climb 1,000 steps now.
480 something one way. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, 1,000 going down. It's the whole reason why they don't recommend coming with like skirts and shorts and dresses, but let's see if it's really a big deal. I hope you ate enough.
Yeah, questionable.
We don't really have the best weather for this, but I'm hoping we will have a nice view from the top.
We're the last stop of our tour, and this is the Mua Cave, which essentially it's not really all about the cave, but it's more about the viewpoint on the top of the mountain. Once you arrive here, you will see in the beginning of the climb Tiger Cave, which you can visit, and then in there it's like small, there's a shrine of a tiger, and you can stop there for a minute, and then you continue your climb up the stairs, and from the bottom to the top you have around 480 steps. So before you get to the top, you will have path that takes left side or the right side. If you go to the right, you will have a beautiful view of rice fields below, but you won't have the view on the other side. So if you take the left path, you will come to the top of the mountain, and then from there on you will have a beautiful view of both rice fields and Tamcock River on the other side. It gets really busy, so have patience while you're climbing, but in itself the climb is not that hard. It's just that the stairs in the beginning they are quite small, and then as you get higher up they get bigger and bigger, so it gets a bit harder to climb. One recommendation that I can give you, do come with shoes, like sports shoes, running shoes. You don't really need a proper hiking shoes, but don't come with flip-flops because it's gonna get tricky. So we came back from Ninh Binh yesterday evening. The tour finished at around 8 p.m. Yeah. So it was already dark, we were tired, we just went home and slept a bit. And now we're gonna give you a little bit of a recap and our opinion of what we thought. So what did you think of the tour? Honestly, I love the tour. We had like really amazing guide. His name was Leo, and he was really informative. He gave amazing tips. He kept up energy of the whole group, like since the morning. And he was very engaging and spoke really good English, yeah, which is not that easy. So we're gonna leave the link of the tour we did here for you. So if you're interested, you can book the same one. So yeah, he was amazing. Props, Leo, thank you again. One thing I did not like was the food, because we went to a place with like buffet, and honestly, yeah, the clearly mass-produced food for the tour groups, and it just wasn't good. But on the other hand, all of the sites that we visited were amazing. Like, I really loved the temple that we visited in the beginning, which is a pagoda, but yes. Pagoda, yeah, sorry. The boat tour was incredible, even though we didn't have the best weather. Yeah, we actually caught some rain during the boat tour, yeah, but still, they had umbrellas for us. I also think it was great. It was super worth it, I think. And even the viewpoint in the end, I mean, I could imagine in my head how it looks like when it's sunny and nice, but still, even though it wasn't, I would say totally worth it. Like, really 3 great spots to visit. Yeah, I agree. I think that if you want to travel to Ninh Binh, like not as a day trip and spend a few days there, there's for sure a lot of things to do. But we did think that this day trip we did, they actually picked really good spots, because all of the 3 places were really, really nice. The one thing though that I would say is that it's like
it seems like there's a lot of tours doing the same route, which I understand, it makes sense. But this means that every attraction is really busy. So for example, the boat tour in Trang An, there's like hundreds of other boats with you. So even though when you look pictures of it online, it looks like super peaceful and idyllic and you're like navigating in this river with no one else, it's really nice and beautiful, but you're not going to be alone. So
Yeah.
there's going to be like a bunch of other boats with you. And I think that would be the same regardless, even if we would go on our own and just do a boat
Yeah.
tour, because it's so many boats and
But
there's
it
people
also-
all the time.
It also gives you like a specific charm of like seeing all of the. It's also kind of cool seeing so many boats on the like
Yeah,
they are
it's a
not
different
interfering
vibe.
with
It's
you,
a different
right?
vibe.
So yeah, I would say that that was also like pretty nice.
As you can see, we're walking through Hanoi, which is complete chaos. I hope you can hear me with all the traffic around me. But so we're gonna wrap this one up here, and make sure you like and subscribe and tune in next week. We have a new video coming up every Sunday, and we have some upcoming trips in Vietnam. So yeah, see you on the next week. Bye.